What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your $1,400 third stimulus check update, fourth stimulus check update, and related news. We got a lot to go over regarding the $1,400 stimulus checks, as well as really good news on the fourth stimulus check package coming directly from the government. We're going to go over that. But first, I want to say that there are so many scams going out, and I'm going to tell you about three different ones really quickly here. Please, if this helps one person, I know I've helped a lot of people already because I've literally seen your comments saying, thank you for warning me about that because that was a scam. First of all, number one is you will see people impersonating me down below in the comments. There are people that are every single day going up and signing up for a new YouTube account, naming themselves It's Jimmy, taking my profile picture and commenting down below saying, contact me via this phone number or contact me via WhatsApp for investment advice and for Bitcoin and for trading and blah, blah, blah. It's fake. It's an imposter scam. I literally ban them from the channel at multiple times per day at this point. They really should pick on somebody else because I ban them extremely quickly. I even see your guys' comments, and if I see your comment, it alerts me to it. It's hard because I get about 10,000 comments per day between my different videos. So, I have to sift through it. But as soon as I see it, I ban them. Or as soon as I see your comment that there's a new person there, I ban them. This is not just my channel. This is literally going on for thousands of popular YouTube channels. The very popular YouTube channels are getting this all across the platform, and YouTube can't figure out how to systematically ban it yet. I personally think they should just do, if somebody makes the same comment more than 10 times within 10 minutes, they should just ban that person or prevent them from commenting again for 48 hours or something like that. That's scam number one. If you ever see me in the comments, I'll have a check mark by my name. That means I'm verified. I have over 100,000 subscribers by YouTube. If you ever get a heart from me, you know it's me because only the channel creator can heart your comment or like your comments. But just know that I will never be in the comments ever asking you to contact me if you have a phone number or WhatsApp or for Bitcoin or investment. Anytime you ever see that, it's a scam. And it's going on for thousands of popular YouTube channels. So same thing with any other channel you might watch about any other topic or anything. This is a rampant scam on YouTube. Number two is Social Security scams. As you can see, Social Security scammers swindled $45 million from people last year. Here's how to avoid becoming a victim. First of all, Social Security will not call you on the phone, neither will the IRS. I actually read a couple of your comments earlier that said these Social Security scams, they will call you, act like they're from Social Security, and they'll threaten that they're going to even arrest you and do all sorts of crazy things to get your Social Security number, get your bank account information. They'll say that you owe them money and all sorts of things. Okay, just hang up on these people because it's a scam. Social Security will not call you like this. IRS never will call you. I'm not 100% sure if Social Security will call you for anything because I'm not on Social Security, but you can let me know down below in the comments if they will ever call you for anything. But just know that 90% of the time, if someone calls you and says that you're going to go to jail or you owe them money or give me your password, give me your bank account, give me your Social Security number, it's a scam. Social Security scams are going on right now, as well as unemployment scams. This one is a little bit more in depth, but there are people that are going out, and if they can steal your identity with Social Security numbers and other things like that, if they're able to get it, they can file or will try to file for unemployment benefits from the government and get that unemployment bonus and unemployment from the state, and they'll send it to a different address underneath your name. But you might get something in the mail about this. This one's a little more complicated. This one, if this actually happens to you, you have to file a police report and try to get it off of your credit and stuff like that. So I hope this one doesn't happen to you. This one's a lot harder to do, but this is another scam that's going on. Two other really big scams going on right now is for your IRS refund, tax refunds, and your stimulus check, okay? Because everybody knows that new money is coming out to people right now from tax refunds 2021 and IRS checks, stimulus checks refund. The IRS will never call you about your stimulus check. They won't comment on a YouTube comment. They won't contact you via Facebook or Instagram. So please, I know I've helped out a bunch of people, but I want to help out as many people as I can. Please be very aware of these scams. Tell your neighbors, tell your elderly parents, tell your friends and family, because man, it would really suck if you got $1,400 and they took it because of a scam or anything like this. So also you can comment down below if you know of any other ones, so our people, our community, our extended family will know about these. I've seen a lot of comments that say, thank you for letting me know about that, Jimmy. My mom was asking me about this, and literally I just seen this one today, that my mom was asking me about the scam that they were asking her about, and she said, "Oh no, that's a scam." And I know this. Jimmy just told me about this today. So the more people we can help out, that is the purpose of this channel. Help you out with your money, help you out getting stimulus checks, unemployment, all these government programs that are already set up from the government, as well as your finances, and going forward, making sure that you're more financially secure than you are today. So I hope that helps. Let me know down below in the comments if you know of any others. Okay, next up, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen from the United States Treasury and Jerome Powell, who is the Federal Reserve Chairman, are testifying today over two different things. One is the third stimulus check package, the money, how it's being implemented, and how that is affecting us. And number two, whether or not more money will be needed in the near future, aka a fourth stimulus check package. And I like showing you guys my articles on screen so that you know everything I'm saying is legit, and that you know I'm not just talking hot air, because I see a lot of comments that saying, "Wow, I heard this from somewhere else," and now I realize it's all hot air. So yeah, I always show you my articles on screen. I show you the wording here so that you know that it's legit. As you can see here, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen and Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell told Congress on Tuesday, which is today, that more must be done to limit the economic damage from the coronavirus pandemic. Jerome Powell also reiterated that he does not expect programs aimed at reviving the economy will trigger unwanted inflation. There's a lot of people that are worried about inflation, but honestly, inflation is near zero right now. So they actually wouldn't mind if inflation went up a little bit. And neither Jerome Powell, who's been the Federal Reserve Chairman for years, or Janet Yellen, who is the Treasury Secretary and used to be the Federal Reserve Chairman, are worried about inflation, literally, as you can see right here in black and white. Both officials struck upbeat notes about the U.S. economy's outlook in their appearances Tuesday before the U.S. House of Representatives Financial Services Committee. They said that while there are encouraging signs of a rebound, it is important that the government support continue, aka more stimulus in the future if and when needed, in order to make sure that millions of people who have lost their jobs can return to the labor market. Several Republican lawmakers expressed worries that runaway inflation could be triggered by the more than $4 trillion in support provided by Congress last year under President Trump. The Biden administration's recently approved $1.9 trillion stimulus package, coupled with the Fed's ultra low rate. Addressing those concerns, Jerome Powell said that the Fed remains strongly committed to its two policy goals of achieving maximum employment and stable prices, which it interprets at price increases averaging 2% per year, or 2% inflation per year. We're actually below that. So they actually wouldn't mind if inflation crept up just a little bit, because we're actually below 2% per year, and we have been for a while. Jerome Powell says our best view is that the effect on inflation will neither be particularly large or persistent. He said that if inflation did start to increase in worrisome ways, the Fed has tools necessary through its control of interest rates to help keep that under control. Janet Yellen says that the administration is considering boosting the corporate tax rate from the current 21% to 28%. It was cut in the Trump administration from 35% all the way down to 21%. Biden is considering raising this to 28%. which is kind of a middle ground from where it was before Trump, but still lower than 35%. Now, Janet Yellen says that this could help pay for the next stimulus package, the Build Back Better package, which is going to be mostly focused on infrastructure, but will likely have multiple different stimulus provisions in there. And honestly, this tax increase has been proposed by President Biden well before he even became president. Biden even campaigned on this. Two things. He wants to really raise taxes on the 1%, the top 1%, the wealthy, and corporations, as we just seen. He wants to raise the corporate tax rate from 21% to 28%. And I get some comments that people, in my opinion, take this slightly the wrong way. Underneath President Donald Trump, they passed 5 stimulus packages. Okay, Biden has now passed one. And Biden's package at $1.9 trillion wasn't even the largest package. The first package alone underneath President Trump was 2.2 to 2.3 trillion, as high as 2.4 trillion, depending on how you calculate it. So just the first stimulus package underneath Trump alone was more than President Biden's first package. Okay. Trump passed 5, Biden has passed one. They have a second one in the works. Okay. It's not that Biden's going to raise taxes because he's going to pass 1 or 2 packages. Because again, Trump passed 5 packages. And in my opinion, nobody's going to ever pay that debt. And in some economists' views, it's not even debt. Okay. Stimulus checks aren't owed back. There's no interest rate on them. The government doesn't pay interest on it ongoing. They don't need to be paid back. So in some people's consideration, it's not even debt. Okay. The current debt right now, the government debt, is around $30 trillion. Okay. Now, when I was 10 years old, we'll go all the way back to 1990. I just turned 40. The government national debt was about 3 trillion. Now it's 30 trillion. Taxes are no higher than they have been. It's not that we're burdened with this debt and we're all going to have 80% taxes and our children are going to pay for it. Taxes are as low now as they have ever been. And Biden does want to raise taxes in a few ways. On the 1%, he wants to raise the corporate tax rate a little bit, but not as high as it was before Trump. He wants to raise it to 28%. It used to be 35%. And if he gets rid of the Trump tax cuts, then there are some provisions in there that could affect lower and middle income people, including the tax brackets, which were pretty much mostly all lowered underneath the Trump tax cuts. If you were able to get rid of all the Trump tax cuts in its entirety, then taxes could go up a little bit. But I don't know if he's going to do every single provision there. Mostly he's focusing on the top 1% earners and the corporate tax rate. So, and really, he campaigned on this before he even got into office. So it's not that he's doing this because they passed a stimulus package. Because remember, President Trump passed 5 stimulus packages, 2 of which had checks. Other ones were minor packages, money for small businesses and vaccines and other things like that. So I just want to say that keep all that in mind, that really, in my opinion, nobody's going to ever pay off this debt. That's kind of how countries all across the world are. It's at $30 trillion now. Probably I'm 40 years old. When I'm 80 years old, hopefully I make it that long, the government debt will probably be like $60 trillion or $80 trillion. It'll be some arbitrary number that is just a number in the sky that it really doesn't affect you or me. It's not that they're going to double tax rates to try to pay off this debt. Very rarely has the US even had a single year where they were net positive. The government just they spend more than they take in. And it's just the nature of the beast. It's the nature of the world. It's just how the world economies are. We're not the only country that does this. So, and in fact, the US has spent less stimulus money per GDP and based on their people as a lot of other countries have done in based on their population. So we're not the only country spending stimulus dollars. And in fact, most economists say that in the past, if we were able to spend money like we do now, and this stimulus is actually kind of a new thing. 2008, 2009 is when it first started, and they only did a little bit. And they said if they would have done more then, it wouldn't have taken the US 4 years to recover from that depression or recession. It took us 4 years to get back to normal employment. If they had spent more money on the economy back then, it could have reduced that by a year or two, which would have actually paid for itself with more revenue coming in quicker. And economists say if we were able to pass stimulus back in 1929 and we had Social Security programs and other government programs that support the people back then, it wouldn't have been half as bad as it was. So just keep that in mind. Let me know your thoughts on that down below in the comments. Of course, that's just my opinion, but I don't think we'll ever pay off the government debt. I think when I'm 80, it will be twice the amount it is now, and nobody's going to pay it off. Taxes are now at an all-time low. They're no higher, not necessarily an all-time low, but near it. And well, nobody's paying off this debt. It's just going to be some number in the sky that just is there. And really, does the government debt really affect your life? When you pay your house payment, your car payment, and you buy food, does the amount of government debt affect you? Let me know. On the $1,400 stimulus checks, the IRS and the Treasury Department say that another round of stimulus checks and direct deposits are being sent out on March 24th, which is tomorrow. And also on the 26th, that paper checks and debit cards are going to be sent out. I also want to show you this other article that I have right here. This one I'm not as sure about, but I want to show it to you anyways. Americans who don't receive direct deposits by March 24th will be mailed checks, the Treasury says. The next batch of direct payments from the $1.9 trillion COVID relief package will be sent this week. And Americans who don't receive a direct deposit by March 24th will get the money via a check or a prepaid debit card in the mail, the Treasury Department announced in an update on Monday. Here is that update right here. And I'll read this for you. As you can see, this is literally from the U.S. Department of Treasury. So I want to show you this. This is the first I've heard of this. That says, today the U.S. Department of Treasury, the IRS, and the Bureau of Fiscal Services announced that the next batch of stimulus payments will be issued to taxpayers this week, with many of these coming by paper check or prepaid debit card. Even if you're on direct deposit, you can be sent a paper check or a debit card. Please be aware of this. It seems that more people are getting them via paper check and debit card now than ever. Okay, so don't throw them away. Over 100,000 people have thrown these away in the past. Okay, so don't be one of them. You watch this channel, so you know better because I've told you. So don't throw them away, please. It comes in a white envelope with a blue Treasury seal on it. Okay. For taxpayers receiving direct deposit, this batch of payments began processing on Friday and will have an official pay date of Wednesday, March 24th, with some people seeing this in their accounts earlier, potentially as provisional or pending deposits. A large number of this latest batch of payments will also be mailed in the mail. So taxpayers who do not receive a direct deposit by March 24th should watch the mail carefully in the coming weeks for a paper check or a prepaid debit card known as an Economic Impact Payment Card or EIP card. No action is needed by most people to obtain this round of EIP payments. People can check the Get My Payment tool on irs.gov to see if their payment has been scheduled. Today marks the second batch of payments, with additional payments anticipated on a weekly basis going forward. The vast majority of taxpayers receiving EIPs will receive it by direct deposit. In addition, the IRS and the Bureau of Fiscal Service leveraged data in their systems to convert many payments to direct deposits that otherwise would have been sent as paper check or debit cards. This accelerated the disbursement of these payments by weeks. Additional information on this batch of payments, along with photos of the paper check and debit card and an updated fact sheet of frequently asked questions, was also released today by the IRS and is available on irs.gov. So I hope this helps. We're going to be seeing hopefully a lot of deposits tomorrow. I'll have another update for you guys tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern time tonight, which is 8 p.m. West Coast time tonight with more information. I also got information coming out about how to avoid debit card fees that you can avoid if you get a debit card in the mail, along with more of these pending deposits and more information as I come along with it. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below. It's completely free to do so. This way you won't miss out on updates on the third stimulus check package, the fourth stimulus check package, and the other stimulus provisions coming in the new fourth round of stimulus, such as student loan debt forgiveness, which we've already seen President Biden this week forgive $1 billion of student loan forgiveness. That's just the start of it, as well as the $200 per month Social Security increase, $15,000 home buyer credit, both of which President Biden campaigned on and wants to do in the future, as well as the fourth stimulus check package coming out here in the near future. I'll keep you up to date on all of this. Remember, new videos come out every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., 8 p.m., and 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't miss any videos because I try to cover slightly different topics and different stimulus provisions and different things like that in each video. So sometimes I'll do student loan forgiveness. Sometimes I'll do the Social Security increase. Sometimes I'll do the $7,000 funeral credit, the unemployment credits. I try to mix it up a little bit so I'm getting new information out to you in every single video. You can click this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video teaches you how to start your own business selling products on Amazon FBA. I've had dozens of students that have replaced their 9-to-5 income selling products on Amazon, and I teach them how to do that. Click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.